This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Hello and welcome to the Squiz Quiz of the week. We've got 8 questions, as always, worth 1 point each to test your knowledge of the week in news. And we have 2 Squiz contestants in the studio to take on the challenge. First up, returning again, a glutton for punishment, Larissa Moore. Hello, Larissa.
Oh, I've got to get a point on the board at some stage, so I'm back again.
So you're 2 from 3. Oh, sorry, 0 from 2.
None, 0 from 2.
0 from 2. My apologies.
Golden egg.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, it's all right. You'll get there. But they've all been close. They've all been 1
It's
point,
true, 1 point off.
tiebreakers.
Yeah.
So there's opportunity. Now, we were going to have you coming up against a special guest.
Yes.
Had a last-minute cancellation. These sorts of things happen. So kindly stepping in to take on the challenge. More bad news for you as the person that beat you last time, Nicoletta. Hey. Hello, Nikki.
Hello, how are you, Andrew?
I'm good. Thank you for stepping in at the last
Returning
moment.
champ.
My
I think you could
pleasure.
say.
You have not been studying.
No, not at
No.
all.
You found out about this about an hour ago.
Yep. So this is straight news
Knowledge.
awareness.
Yeah. Just from what you've been doing in your life.
Totally exposing,
Yeah.
basically.
So you could potentially, if you have been very closely studying, all of the Squiz newsletters, like in granular detail, you could potentially beat our contestants in the studio today because they're, both been a little bit caught on the hop. But we will get into it. We will start with question number 1. As I mentioned, 8 questions, 1 point each. Let's get going. Okay, one of the big news stories of the week was Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and his trip to Washington to visit US President Donald Trump. And during that meeting, which happened yesterday, Trump said that he didn't like Australia's ambassador to the US because of comments that he'd made in the past, even though he wasn't sure who it was. You know who it is. Who is the Australian ambassador to the US? Well, let's start things off with a bit of a warm-up question. I always am nervous about saying that because I'm assuming that you'll get things right.
Yeah. Terrible if we absolutely flunked it, but
Yeah.
I think we should have this one covered.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
all right, Nikki, go for it.
Is it Kevin Rudd?
Larissa.
Kevin Rudd.
It is Kevin Rudd. I like that you still said, is it Kevin
Well,
Rudd, even though
I
I'm
have
sure
to-
you knew.
I have to be sure.
Yeah.
Can't assume these things.
No, we can't assume these things. It is Kevin Rudd. Yes, a little bit of an awkward moment yesterday morning with that. It went mostly well apart from that, but that did create a fair few headlines. But although apparently Rudd apologised and Trump said, it's all right.
I mean, you've just got to... unpredictable, I think, is the term that
Yeah.
people use with meetings. So you just got to...
Yep, you got to plan for every eventuality, but it seemed to go fine. So Kevin Rudd was the answer. We're going to lift the difficulty here a little bit, but we are going to stay on the same topic. So one of the big things out of that meeting yesterday was a deal about critical minerals, and that includes a set of elements called rare earth minerals. I can see a slowly dawning realization
You're going to
of
make
where
us
this question is going to go.
name one.
Rare earth minerals are a set of 17 elements. All I need you to do is name me any one of those 17 elements. Or what I'm hoping will happen is that you will make up a chemical element if you can't think of one.
Yeah, no, full of confidence.
Yeah. If you're really struggling, I can give you a slight out, which is that if you name me the correct chemical symbol of any of those elements. So if you just guess 2 letters,
Sure.
There's
Okay.
a chance.
there's a chance.
Suddenly, my year 12 chemistry has just flown away from my
Vanished.
brain.
Yeah. Escaped out your ears. It's amazing how that happens.
I know.
Yeah. So I have a list of 17 elements. If you're playing along at home, don't worry. I will read them all out to make sure that you
How
get them
thrilling.
right, which for a bit of thrilling podcast content. I won't sing the song, but I will read them out. Okay. What have we come up with, Larissa?
I've just made something up because I have absolutely
Glorious.
no idea. If I had to name a rare earth critical mineral, I would call it emporium.
Emporium. I love it. Nikki.
I put chromium.
Chromium.
I don't know if that's a real mineral.
So you are in an advantage because you have named a real element,
Okay.
but not a rare earth element, unfortunately. But you were off to a good head start by naming an element.
A
that
real
exists.
one.
A real one, yes. So no, you're close-ish. So the list is scandium, yttrium, lanthanum. Starting to nod your head as if like, yeah.
I've heard lanthanum.
Cerium, praseodymium, neodymium, promethium, samarium, europium, gadolinium, terbium, dysprosium, holmium, erbium, thulium, euterbium, and lutetium.
I feel like we nearly got a song out of you with
almost.
that.
Yeah. If you haven't heard the Elements song, the Tom Lehrer song where he lists all the elements to I am the very model of a modern major general from
Oh, man. That
Gilbert
sounds
Sullivan.
like a tongue twister.
It is a real tongue twister, but it sticks in your head.
It
so
does.
it's a way a lot of school children
Got you.
sort of start to learn
Yeah.
elements because they just sing the song.
That's exactly how I memorized
Yeah.
it, except I don't think I got quite as far as the rare earth.
The rare earth
I think I
ones.
probably stopped about chromium.
Yeah,
to be
that's
honest.
fair enough. Daniel Radcliffe has performed it, I think, on the Graham Norton show.
I have. That is ringing a bell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should pop these in the episode notes.
Yeah, we'll pop those links in the episode notes for you so you can have a listen. And of course, these rare earths, which are a sort of subset of critical minerals, have been a point of contention between the US and China. And Australia just swept in with near perfect timing and went, well, we've got some rare earths
have
for
we
you
got
that
some
we've
for
been
you?
working on for 5 months. So, and if you want to, if you just can't get enough rare earth facts and you just want more, we have a shortcut on
We
critical
do.
minerals
It's
and
a really
rare
good
earths.
one.
So we'll link to that.
Well, it
in
seems
the
to come
episode
up,
notes
so
as well.
that's the point of the shortcuts. Is when it comes up in the news a lot, get you across the backstory to it.
Exactly. All right, question number 3. We're going a little easier now, I think. Barnaby Joyce. No science. There's no more science for the rest of the
goodness.
quiz. Barnaby Joyce announced this week that he would not recontest his electorate in New South Wales. What electorate is he the member for? Okay, now I did have options, but I don't think either of you need these options because you've both written something down very quickly. Or you can make an agreement now. You can either have the 4 options, but you have to agree that you both want them. Or if you're really confident, you can just stick with it.
I think for the listeners at home, we take the 4 options.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
All right, they are Parkes, Farrer, Calare, and New England. What you've written down, one of those 4, Nikki?
I'm
New
sticking
England.
with it. Yeah, New
it's
England.
You are both right. I knew you were both right. Yes, so it is New England and New South Wales. Nothing's been confirmed as yet, but the scuttlebutt seems to be that he's going to take over for Pauline Hanson as the leader of One Nation.
Senate spot.
Yeah, Senate spot. But that's quite a ways
Away.
away. That would be like 2028.
Yeah, something like that.
Lot of water to go under the bridge between now
So
and
much,
then.
so much more spectacle to come.
Oh, it's going to be
It's only the beginning.
It's going to be exciting. Political Watch is going to be right into it. Okay, question number 4. Which African country has undergone some serious political upheaval over the last couple of weeks, with its president, Andre Rajoelina, forced to flee the country after an elite military unit joined student-led protests?
This story is just, there is not one bell ringing for me
Just
here.
not one word in there went
No.
bing.
It's a multiple choice option for this
Nope.
one? Oh, God. Nikki just wrote down as soon as she started talking.
Unfortunately, this is Nikki's bag. Which African country has undergone some serious political upheaval over the last couple of weeks, with its president, Andre Rajoelina, forced to flee the country? Or, put another way, pick an African country.
Exactly.
That's, and also drawing a lot of blanks.
Yes. What have you come up with, Larissa?
I just said Tanzania.
Tanzania, Nikki?
Put Madagascar.
Madagascar is correct, yes. It is Madagascar, the
I
island
have to
nation.
go and
It's
Google
a really,
this afterwards,
really
right?
interesting one. So Madagascar has, like a lot of countries in Africa, a very low median age. So the age is about 19 or 20. And that means that essentially half of the people in Madagascar are under that age and half are over, which you think about it, that's really young.
yeah.
That's a lot.
And that means that student-led protests in Madagascar
effective.
are effective because a lot of people are under that age and it's a large demographic. And the president needed to get the help from another country to get out of the country.
Was it
Nikki?
Tanzania?
It wasn't Tanzania. Nikki?
It was France.
It was France, yeah. So he has a French citizenship. So President Emmanuel Macron allegedly helped him get out of Dodge. Yeah.
Okay.
So really, if you're interested in international relations, international politics, that sort of thing, it's a good one to read about.
Super
Story.
interesting.
Yeah.
And you'll be glad to know there is less international geopolitical tension and less science in the second half of the quiz.
Yeah, there
which
still
we will,
could be sport, though.
There is sport. We will get into that in just a second. Okay, so coming out of half time, as I like to call it, because I put everything in sporting terminology, it is 3 to Nikki and 2 to Larissa. We're going to move over, or back, I should say, to France now as we talk about the Louvre jewellery heist. One of the items that was stolen during that heist was a crown that once belonged to Empress Eugenie, who was the wife of Napoleon III. This is a multiple choice question. Roughly how many diamonds are on that crown? Is it A, 13, B, 130, C, 1300, or D, 13,000?
So there's a 13 theme here.
Yep. It's 13 or something. It's something with 13 in it.
When you read out the question, I was like, and you've just read everything that I remembered about that.
Yeah.
I have a nasty habit of doing that. It's just reading the bit that you remember and then going,
Yeah,
and now I
then-
want some extra information. Okay, Nikki, what have you gone with?
I've got 1300.
Larissa?
Yes, I also went C. I took a bit of Alistair McGibbon's quiz advice, and when in doubt, choose C. And also, 1,300 sounds a lot for a crown. 13,000 diamond sounds a little much.
How are you fitting that on a
Exactly.
crown, right?
130 is a bit underwhelming.
Yes.
13.
Do
I'd
better.
like to see you be handed a crown with 130 diamonds. I'd be like, come on,
Go again.
bring me back some real stuff. Do better. It is 1,300. You're both correct. The Alistair McGibbon always choose C strategy is paid off for you big time. Still not the most valuable item of those that were stolen, despite the 1,300 diamonds that were on it, which is kind of astonishing.
Stand by for the movie.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable story, that one. All right, question number 6. This is where the sport enters into the fray, but I think this is a question that is gettable, even for someone that doesn't follow their sport. The Australian swimming superstar Ariane Titmus retired this week, and she was known as Arnie, and she was also known by what other nickname? You have multiple choice options. It doesn't seem like you need them, but they are A, the Predator, B, Commando, C, the Terminator, or D, the Barbarian.
I went for C, the Terminator.
The Terminator.
The Terminator is right, yes.
What a
that's
legend.
correct.
I know.
It's been so good to revisit some of those achievements that she's had and a huge career, and she's only 25, and what a legend.
Yeah.
Insane.
Go Arnie, go the Terminator.
When I was looking her up after she announced her retirement, I remembered the race of the century, and I put Ariane Titmus race of the century to try and find the video, and it said, which race of the century do you mean? Because apparently she had two. She had one in Tokyo and then she had one in Paris as well. And that great rivalry with Katie Ledecky as well. So let's move on to question number 7. ABC Radio National ran a poll this week to decide Australia's favourite book of the 21st century. Trent Dalton's Boy Swallows Universe took the number 1 spot. Can you name me any of the books that finished in spots 2 to 5? So any of the books that made the top 5 in Radio National's favourite book of the 21st century poll that weren't the winner, which was Boy Swallows Universe by Trent Dalton.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Number 2. I know number 78. Because that's Where is the Green Sheep.
If only the question would be, can you name me number 78?
Oh, I studied up on all of the obscure ones. No,
Yeah.
I just love Where is the Green Sheep, obviously.
Yes.
Classic Mem Fox.
One of the greats.
One of the greats.
Truly.
We're just playing for time. Larissa tries to think of what that
Literally.
second
Oh
book
my gosh. And we were
is.
talking, we had such a great chat in the office about all these books that were on there, and it's such a great list, and I really am stalling for time.
Just if you're ever thinking at home, God, I go to quiz nights and then someone asks me a question, I know about it, and then it just vanishes from my head. You're not alone. It
Nope.
happens to everybody. All right.
Okay, this is so annoying. Okay, go, Nikki.
I've put for the number 2 spot,
Yes.
Marcus Zusak's The Book Thief.
Larissa, what have you gone with?
There's one of the books that has kite in the title, which is not really an answer.
The Kite Runner
Yes.
is, I assume, what you mean.
Yes.
It is not one of the 5, so
Okay,
I don't
well,
have to make a
you
decision
don't have
on whether
to
to allow the kite book. I probably would allow it, but
I think it was about like 17.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But that's okay.
if you are wondering if you got it right at home, the answers are The Book Thief, A Gentleman in Moscow, All the Light We Cannot See, and Lessons in Chemistry, which is the most
That's
recent
right.
book on that
Yeah.
That's surprising.
list, which I think came out in 2022, was number 5. And I'm pretty sure that every single one of those books has been adapted into either a TV show or, in the case of The Book Thief, I think a movie.
movie, yeah.
But just in the last few years, I remember watching the All the Light We Cannot See miniseries, the Lessons in Chemistry series with Brie Larson, Gentleman in Moscow, I think was Ewan McGregor. They made a one out of that as well. And then Boy Swallows Universe, of course, a massive hit on Netflix.
Yeah.
Get a good book and go with it. Now, Nikki, I know that you are a big book reader. So if you had to pick, you didn't vote because you're a very busy person.
I am a busy person.
Don't have time to do all of that. But if you had to pick a number 1, does that come easily and readily to mind for you?
Well, fortunately, you did prep me with this question. And
Don't
so,
give away the behind the scenes
The magic
massive
of
amount of
podcasting.
production that goes into this
of
quiz.
course. I mean, off the top of my head,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
off the top
thought
of
of
your
this
head,
question. If only I was pulling one from thin air.
I know.
I would go with Deborah Levy's 2016 book, Hot Milk,
Oh, okay, great.
which didn't make the list.
Oh, wow.
But she's a phenomenal writer, and the sort of stream of consciousness type writing and sort of very introspective 20-year-old girl writing is just right up my alley. It's beautiful, and I adored it. So, yeah, that would
Excellent.
be it.
Larissa, Wolfhall?
Yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Hilary Mantel's trilogy. So that would probably be my number one. Closely followed, Book of the Century is difficult, but I'm just going to go favourite books right now. I was talking about it on the weekly wrap, Hamnet, which is also about to be made into a movie. Just a
Coming
spectacular
out,
book.
Yeah, coming out very soon.
Very soon. Oscar contender, they say.
Second favourite at the moment. That's those are both excellent recommendations. We'll put more info to both of those in the show notes.
And the list, because it's
and the list.
fantastic if you're stuck in a reading rut or you're wanting some fresh eyes on some options.
Really good
I
variety as
recommend.
well.
Yeah.
They're not all sort of,
for sure.
you know, sort of like book club books
Yeah.
or action books. Like there's a really big variety of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Random number generator, 1 to 100. Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, you'll probably come across a winner. So with one question to go, the scores as it stands. Nikki, you are on...
7 points.
Nope.
Nope.
6, I think,
Yes.
because of the science one. And 5?
4.
4? Okay. All right, well, that's...
I know. How did that happen?
All right, so not a lot of jeopardy as we head into question number 8 because
No.
Nikki does have a 2-point lead. And I'm not going to, you know, manufacture tension by making this worth double points or anything like that. But
You could.
I could, but I won't because the integrity of the quiz is paramount.
This is true.
This is question number 8. It's a really good story too. So a British duo became the first female crew to row across the Pacific non-stop and unsupported. They finished this week and they landed in which Australian city after sailing off from Peru. So they came from Peru and they finished in which of these Australian cities? I'm going to give you options. They are A, Cairns, B, Townsville, C, Brisbane, D, Mackay.
The things that I remembered thinking that you would ask about this story were the name of their toilet bucket, Dumpy.
Salty, yep. That was almost
The water bucket was Salty.
Oh, sorry, the water bucket was salty.
The toilet bucket was Dumpy.
Dumpy, right, yes.
The team was called Seize the Day. Like, I thought you would ask a question about all the puns.
The question was originally going to be, what do they call their desalination bucket?
Well, I would have nailed that
And
question.
I couldn't think of 3 other things that you would call
I
it.
thought that you would love to come up with the other names. So
I
this is
did really try. And I was like salty and savoury. And then I was like, I'm out. I thought of Celine Dion and I thought that was quite good, but it was like I just couldn't come
And
up
then
with
there
the
was
fourth
no
one.
more.
So I was just like, cities in Queensland.
all right.
Let's go. So much behind the scenes talk on this quiz. Really lifting the curtain on what's going on. All right. Nikki, what Queensland location did they arrive in, do you think?
I have said Cairns.
I have also said Cairns.
And you are both correct. It was Cairns. Absolutely right. Yeah, they landed it in Cairns, and yes, they had one of their names was Rowe. Their last
Rowe,
names, Jess
yeah.
Rowe. They had the bucket called with the fun names. It's a really good story.
Yeah.
Well worth a read.
And the other rower, her last name was Payne as well,
Yeah.
which feels appropriate.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I like a bit of nominative determinism. Where you're like, my last name is Rowe, so I'm just gonna.
This is what I do.
I'm a rower now.
Yep.
All right. Very well done to both of you. But Nikki, outstanding performance from you. 7 out of 8 for the quiz. Only chemical elements undoing when with no preparation as well. So very well done. Larissa, unlucky on the books.
Yeah.
Just a bit
The kite
unlucky on
thing.
the books. And the kite
The
thing.
kite thing.
Yes, famous
book,
literary work.
The Kite Thing.
But thank you very much for participating.
Always love it.
Hope you had fun. And let us know if you got a really good score. If you got 8 out of 8. If you could name any of those elements, tell us about that. We want to know
That's
about
a brag.
that.
That's definitely brag-worthy.
You've done very, very well if you can name a rare earth mineral. Of course, you would know that if you had closely studied the Squiz Today newsletter because we gave you a few in there, so that might have helped. Thank you for listening to the weekly Squiz Quiz. We'll be back next week with another test of your news knowledge.